Repowering a load. How many of you guys out there have repowered a load? Some guys more than others. A lot of times a repower is because maybe a shipper took too long to load the product, so now you have to be the one that comes in the team truck and pick that load up because there's not enough time to get there. Sometimes you'll pick up a load but you don't have enough time on your clocks, but the fleet manager knew that. He's all like, hey, why don't you pick up the load and maybe bring it here and I'll get one of my other trucks to repower it. Now a repower is whenever you take your load and you will swap it with somebody else's load, or maybe they come bobtail and they come and take your load and deliver it for you because there has to be a reason that you couldn't make it. Now I've been on the repowers where it was a truck that just didn't have enough time to make it there, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it needs to be done, so I grabbed the load. Usually when this happens, there's not a lot of time on the load, so it makes it even better to get it there, drop that load, deliver that load. You have more time to get there because you might have a fresh clock and they might be running out of time. Now, one of the worst places to repower a load is whenever you're picking up somebody's load that they're bringing to the terminal, because sometimes it feels like the person bringing it in really don't care what time it gets here. Whenever you're bringing a load to drop on the yard, make sure that you're getting it there as soon as you can. Don't stop. Like, I had this happen before. Somebody stopped like 45 miles away from the terminal or 100 miles away from the terminal. They decided to take a 10-hour break. Guess what? You're affecting the next guy's clock. So whenever you're doing these repowers, make sure, especially if you're dropping it at a yard and somebody else is going to pick it up there or somebody else is waiting for it, get there as soon as you can. Don't waste time because you're messing with somebody else's clock. You're messing with somebody else's day. Make sure you try to get it there ASAP. We all have a job to do, and number one is making sure that this freight is getting delivered. So when your fleet manager asks you to repower a load for somebody, really look into this and make sure it's plausible for you and make sure it's going to work out for you. If you're just taking a bad load that's going to get worse, you might even ask, hey, what kind of load can you get me out of that area, just to make sure that you're getting something to replace what you lost. There's nothing wrong with asking. It doesn't hurt.